Your provision has been released. Listen carefully. The decree of scarcity over your house has just been revoked by the authority of heaven. What was previously withheld is now flowing to you. It is not by chance that you are seeing this. It is the exact moment when divine order is established in your sustenance and your peace. Stay a moment, because I'm going to show you how to identify when something begins to fall into place on high. Today you cease to be the one who asks and become the one who manages God's abundance. Let's activate it right now. This is not a chance encounter. It is the moment when your faith finds a clear answer. Peace from above be with you in this moment. Sometimes, heaven works in ways that our human eyes cannot immediately perceive. Pay close attention to what I am about to tell you. I want you to know that feeling of being under constant scrutiny, where every step you took seemed to be questioned or held back, has come to an end. You are not here by a coincidence of the algorithm. You are here because there is a spiritual confirmation that you need to hear to regain calm in your heart. For a long time, you have carried an invisible burden, feeling that your plans, your livelihood, and the well-being of your loved ones were held in an endless weight. This is a message of absolute hope for you. That period of feeling watched or experiencing a delay you couldn't explain has ended by divine will. Write in the comments, I accept the divine order in my life to unite us in this truth. As someone who has also walked through valleys of uncertainty, I tell you with complete conviction, God's favor has determined that your waiting time has come to an end. This isn't a promise of immediate wealth, but something much deeper and more solid. The ordering of your heavenly provision, what was once entangled in the spiritual realm, has now been resolved in your favor. Have you ever felt that, despite your best efforts, an invisible barrier is holding you back? That barrier has just been removed. Heavenly authority has placed its seal of approval upon your path. You no longer walk under the shadow of doubt or accusation, but under the light of a divine resolution already sealed for eternity. It's normal to feel exhausted after so much resistance, but I want you to focus on this. The decision has already been made. The landscape of your life is changing from the ground up, and although your physical eyes still witness the process, your spirit must begin to rest in the certainty that the outcome is already positive for you. Every time you took a step forward, you felt an invisible force holding you back. You tried to build something with your own hands, with all your effort, and suddenly you saw it crumble without any logical explanation. Pay close attention, because this is for you. You've been raising a heartfelt cry, asking in the privacy of your home, Lord, how long will it be before I see the light at the end of this road? How much longer must I endure this pressure without seeing the promise fulfilled? That feeling of being trapped in a cycle that drains your energy, your hope, and even your daily bread ends today. This is the moment of your spiritual freedom. It's not just about overcoming a trial. God has placed me in your path to tell you that what's coming is complete restoration. There is a profound difference between simply surviving a battle and being restored afterward. Can you feel the difference in your spirit? Surviving means you made it out alive, but being restored means all the toll you took is being repaid by divine grace. Heaven has not only seen your resilience, but has taken note of every tear and every effort you made when no one was watching. Write in the comments, my spiritual restoration begins today to seal this word in your heart. I sense in my spirit that a provision of peace and order has already been released in the celestial realm for you. Imagine that the accumulated weariness of years is being replaced by new energy. Don't give up now, because the change of direction is real. God is ordering your steps in such a way that the doors that were once locked will now open of their own accord. It's important that you understand that God's favor isn't transaction. It's a gift of His infinite love. Stay until the end, because you will understand how to receive this new season. What was once a battlefield in your mind and home is now transforming into a land of peace and provision. You are no longer the one who waits anxiously. Now you are the one who walks with the assurance that your provision is secure in the hands of Creator. On a spiritual level, an answer bearing your name has been revealed. This provision is not merely a temporary measure to cover today. It is a profound restoration for all that has tried to bring you down in your past seasons. It is crucial that you understand the scope of this divine favor. In life, when something is restored, not only is what was lost recovered, but the value of what you have endured is also recognized. God is watching your life with infinite love at this very moment. He knows your silent battles. He has seen the nights when exhaustion overcame you and tears were your only solace. He was there when you faced betrayal from those you called friends, and when anxiety tried to cloud your peace of mind. Nothing you have experienced has gone unnoticed by the Creator. Write in the comments, God knows my worth and restores me, to declare this peace over your mind. Those moments when you felt invisible, when you felt your efforts were ignored, or that you simply weren't valued, are being transformed right now. This is a message of validation for your soul. What discouragement tried to use to destroy you, God has turned into a record of your faithfulness. Every moment of difficulty was not in vain. It was a seed of strength that today begins to bear fruit of peace. Can you see how your story is changing course? What seemed like an irreparable loss in divine hands is becoming a purposeful lesson. You're not only regaining your stability, but you are also receiving a strength you didn't have before. Heaven has kept track of your patience and faith, and the time of spiritual scarcity has come to an end by divine decree. But I want you to listen very carefully to what follows, because there's something discouragement doesn't want you to discover about your own strength. Stay with me for just one more minute, because what's coming will completely clarify things for you. Don't let anything distract you now, because your spirit is about to receive key instruction for walking in this new stage of spiritual abundance. You must understand that the restoration God brings to your life includes a profound spiritual multiplication. You see, when discouragement or circumstances took something from you years ago, it wasn't just a small seed that was lost. The harvest that seed was destined to produce was temporarily halted. This is a spiritual secret that will change your perspective today. If you felt you missed a valuable opportunity in the past, it wasn't just that the open door that was lost. The connections, the growth, and the fruits that would have blossomed from that experience over time were halted. But here's the wonder of heavenly justice. God doesn't just give you back what you lost. He restores the potential of all that could have been. Write in the comments, my divine harvest multiplies. To activate this faith within you, heaven is recalculating every moment of stagnation in your life. While you saw emptiness, God was preparing a compensation that surpasses all human logic. He is looking at what you would have accomplished if that attack hadn't happened, and He is adding all that value to the blessing He is placing before you today. Can you grasp the magnitude of what is being prepared for your future? This is why the peace and stability coming your way are far greater than the trial you faced. It's not simply a replacement. It's an expansion of your spiritual territory. What the enemy thought was a definitive loss, God is transforming into a testament of abundance that will leave many in awe. Pay close attention to what I'm about to tell you. Sometimes we focus on the size of the wound, but God focuses on the magnitude of the healing He's going to deliver. You're about to enter a season where you'll see fruit in areas you thought were barren. Don't back down, because what I'm about to reveal about discerning this change is vital to your journey. As someone who believes in eternal promises, I can tell you that nothing in your life has been in vain. Every year of waiting has been building up to a greater glory that is about to manifest in your daily life, in ways you never even imagined. Perhaps you're wondering in the privacy of your prayer, Lord, why is this door opening before me so vast? The answer is both simple and profound. It's because what God is giving you today includes a fulfillment of your full potential. Nothing you've been through has been in vain. God has taken into account every single one of your tears. Psalm 56 verse 8 reminds us that He collects your tears in His bottle. Have you ever wondered why He does this? Because to heaven, your pain is priceless, and today that faithfulness is transformed into comfort and provision. We hold fast to the promise of 1 Peter 5 verse 10, which assures us that, after suffering a little while, the God of all grace will make us perfect, establish us, strengthen us, and settle us. Stop for a moment and reflect on that word. Settle down. The ultimate purpose of this season is for you to reach stability. God wants to bring you to a place where the constant struggle stops and the time of enjoying His favor begins. But it's vital that you understand the spiritual mechanics of this moment. Write in the comments, I receive God's peace and stability to confirm that you are ready for this change. Imagine for a moment that an immense blessing has been sent to you, but it remains at your doorstep because you haven't gone out to receive it. In the natural world, a golden opportunity is worthless if it stays locked away in an unopened envelope. You must take the step of faith to claim what is already yours by grace. It's not enough to know that the promise exists. You must sign it with your faith and place it in your heart so that it can begin to bear fruit in your life. I'm pausing here briefly because, as you know, maintaining this connection space requires a lot of energy and dedication. If you feel today's message is resonating with you and you'd like to honor the value you've received, you can buy me a symbolic coffee through my Ko-Fi. It's a beautiful way to balance giving and receiving voluntarily, and it allows me to continue sharing these messages with you freely. I've left a direct link in the first pinned comment, and also here below in the video description. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for your presence and support. Namaste. Are you willing to let go of the victim mentality and embrace your role as a favored child? As someone who has witnessed God's hand at work in the darkest of times, I can assure you that the active endorsement of your blessing begins with a shift in mindset. It's about ceasing to dwell on what you've lost and starting to cherish what you're receiving. Stay with this message, because what we're about to see will teach you how to identify the signs that this deposit of peace is already taking effect in your daily life. What follows is a key to ensuring you don't miss a single detail of what God has specially prepared for you. It's a reality that many people of faith have blessings and solutions already prepared in the spiritual realm, but they fail to see them manifest because they remain trapped in a mindset of scarcity or pain. They are so accustomed to the battle, the daily struggle, and the feeling of being judged that when a time of calm arrives, they don't know how to navigate it. This is the moment to break that cycle. Some people spend their days dwelling on the hardships of the desert, instead of beginning to enjoy the oasis before them. Today, we're going to shift that perspective. We're going to align your spirit with the resolution that the heavens have already bestowed upon you. Are you ready to accept that your time of anguish is over? Write in the comments. Today I choose to celebrate God's favor in my life and feel that burden lifted from your shoulders. Now, you might be wondering, how does this divine order manifest in my reality? I want you to see it clearly. For some of you, this will translate into tangible provision. I'm talking about solutions to situations that seem stuck, processes that are expedited, resources that arrive at just the right time, or the resolution of legal matters and commitments that were keeping you up at night. God owns everything and knows exactly which door to open to ensure your sustenance. For others, this restoration will be relational, the healing of bonds you thought were broken forever, and the arrival of people who bring peace instead of conflict. As someone who walks by faith, I assure you that God's agreement is holistic. He does repair one part of your life while leaving the rest in ruins. Can you see how things are starting to clear up? Don't focus only on what you lack, but on the authority of the one who has promised to sustain you. What was once a knot of worries is now beginning to unravel through the hand of providence. Stay with me a little longer, because the next part is crucial for you to know how to maintain this new position of advantage. Don't let doubt hold you back now that you're so close to seeing the fruits of your patience. Divine order is about to be established in the heart of your home. The noise and conflict that have tried to steal harmony from your family must yield to the presence of peace. Imagine for a moment your house enveloped in profound calm, like a protective blanket descending from the sky. Communication with your loved ones will cease to be a struggle and become a refuge. You will see understanding blossom where before there was only misunderstanding. Write in the comments, "The peace of God rules my home," to seal this atmosphere in your environment. For many of you, this restoration will manifest in your own body. Physical ailments that have drained you for years will begin to resolve. Trust that your body is a temple of peace. There are times when even science is at a loss for explanations before the astonishing capacity for recovery that the spirit can activate when it rests in its creator. You will feel renewed with an energy you thought lost, because your health is also part of God's plan of wholeness for you. However, there is something else I want you to understand. There is a dimension of spiritual vindication. Sometimes, God allows those who witness your greatest trials to also witness your rise. Do you know why this happens? It's not to feed personal pride, but to validate the faithfulness of God's word in your life. Those who doubted your purpose or whisper in your face during your times of weakness will see with their own eyes how God's grace places you in a position of honor and stability. Your life will become a living testimony, a clear sign that trusting in God always brings its reward. Pay attention to this important detail. You probably felt more pressure or resistance than usual in recent days. This isn't a coincidence. When the change of season is imminent, discouragement tries to make one last effort to distract you. But stay strong, because that very intensity is proof that what has been decreed for you is already at the door. As someone who accompanies you on this journey of faith, I ask you not to let your guard down now. Stay with me until the end of the video, because what follows will give you the clarity you need to identify those small signs that confirm your time of restoration has begun. Discouragement tried to make you give up just before you saw the finish line. Its intention was for you to settle for less than what God promised, or to simply abandon hope. But you resisted. Your perseverance has been your greatest strength. You continued praying in the solitude of your room and kept your faith burning even when everything seemed dark. Now, the fruit of that perseverance is before you. I want you to visualize something with me for a moment. Imagine a presence of celestial light extending toward you. In its hands, it holds a sacred document, a decree of favor bearing your name written in letters of fire and authority. This decree not only covers your basic needs, it is a provision of grace that says, complete restoration for every wound of the past. Write in the comments, I claim my inheritance of peace and favor to affirm your spiritual right on this day. This document is sealed by an authority that no one can question. It is your legal right as a son or daughter of the King of Kings. Do not let the past whisper to you that you are unworthy. Do not let guilt or your own mistakes convince you that this favor is not for you. You do not receive this blessing because you are perfect, but because you have a powerful intercessor who has already won this battle for you in eternity. Can you feel the weight of doubt melting away? You're not begging for a favor. You're receiving an inheritance that was prepared before you were even born. It's a gift of pure love that acknowledges your worth and your effort. Stay with me a little longer, because we're reaching a crucial point where you'll understand how to walk with your head held high from this day forward. As someone who wants to see you prosper in spirit, I tell you, the time for asking permission to be blessed is over. Now is the time to walk in the assurance that heaven is on your side. It's time to change your spiritual stance. We are going to present ourselves before the sovereign presence, not to beg for something that has already been granted to you, but to officially receive the decree of your restoration. I want you to change your posture right now. Stop asking for help like someone who is defeated, and start giving thanks like someone who has already been blessed. Extend your hands in front of you right now, as if preparing to receive a sacred document of great value. Feel the certainty that what you are about to accept is the fruit of your faithfulness. Do you feel the change in the atmosphere around you? Doubt recedes when gratitude takes hold. Write in the comments, thank you, Father, for my completed restoration, and allow that frequency of victory to flood your room. I invite you to repeat these words in the depths of your being, with the conviction of one who knows that their voice is heard in the highest heavens. Heavenly Father, supreme guide of my life, I come before you under the authority and love of your grace. I thank you that the time of confusion has ended. I thank you that every discouraging voice that tried to hold me back has been silenced by your truth. Thank you for watching over my path, for validating my efforts, and for deciding that this is a time of my rise. Lord, today I humbly and strongly receive the divine order you have prepared for me. As someone who accompanies you in this prayer, I tell you, maintain that victorious posture. You are not receiving an empty promise. You are accepting a spiritual reality that your physical eyes will soon see. You have gone from being a spectator of your pain to being the protagonist of your blessing. Don't disconnect now, because the prayer continues, and what we're activating right now is the key that will open doors that once seemed sealed forever. The confidence with which you speak today will determine the peace with which you walk tomorrow. In this moment of profound connection, I acknowledge that the cycle of spiritual scarcity has ended. I declare that everything discouragement tried to withhold from my peace, my time, and my joy is being restored right now. I claim the fullness that is rightfully mine by divine inheritance. I accept restoration for every sleepless night and every tear shed in the silence of trial. I don't just ask for the basics. I accept the abundance of grace that compensates for the years when I felt my potential was dormant. I command, in the name of divine light, that every barrier that hindered my progress dissolve, and that the resources of peace, health, and stability that have been allocated to my life begin to flow without obstruction. Write in the comments, I seal my victory with faith and gratitude to activate this new beginning in your reality. Today, I sign this spiritual commitment with the strength of my conviction. I declare that I am leaving the place of uncertainty and entering the territory of manifestation. I am no longer striving for victory. I am walking from a victory that has already been granted to me. I speak directly to any shadow of lack or limitation in my mind. Your time is over. Today you are evicted from my thoughts. I speak to any trace of discomfort in my body. Full health is my natural state by divine design. The case of my illness or exhaustion is definitively closed. Can you feel the air growing lighter around you? As someone who seeks your greatest well-being, I tell you, anxiety no longer has a place at your table. Peace is now your daily bread, your cloak, and your refuge. Lord, establish my home on the firm rock of your love, where nothing can shake our stability. Don't retire yet, because what follows is a final step in solidifying this order in your daily life. We're at the most powerful point of this message, and I want to make sure every word is etched into the foundation of your new season. Allow calm to flood your being. May divine order settle all your outstanding debts, not only material ones, but also those of the soul. May the overflowing peace be so immense that it gradually erases the bitter memory of past struggles. Receive it right now in your spirit. I accept it by faith and declare that the work of restoration is complete in your life. Take a deep breath. Do you feel that relief in your chest? That's the weight of uncertainty being lifted from your shoulders. The stress that accompanied you day and night was the weight of battle that no longer belongs to you. The battle is over, and the decree of your freedom is now in your hands. Write in the comments, I feel the peace of my new season, to confirm this relief in your heart. Now, listen to this very carefully because it is the key to your next few days. When a great spiritual blessing is released, the first thing that changes is your personal atmosphere. In this time that is beginning, you will experience a sudden stillness within. That chaotic noise of worries that kept you awake at night will stop. The constant pressure you felt in your neck or chest will dissipate. That silence is not emptiness. It is the sound of divine order settling in within you. As someone who wants you to walk in wisdom, I ask you to observe how the world around you begins to align with the spiritual peace. Pay attention to the solutions that arrive effortlessly, to that answer you thought was lost, or to that unexpected favor that arises from where you least expect it. These are signs that what has shifted in the heavens is now reaching your reality. However, I must offer you some advice from a place of faith. When you receive such a profound restoration, it is vital that you learn to protect your peace. Do not allow external distractions to steal what you have just received. Remain steadfast in your gratitude, and do not let anything or anyone lower the frequency of your faith. Stay with me, because in the next part I'll teach you how to protect your blessing, so that nothing can stop the flow of well-being that has begun to come into your life. Your victory is real. Now let's learn to walk in it with authority. You must understand something fundamental. When the blessing from above is released, discouragement can no longer stop the flow of what God has sent. Therefore, its new strategy will be to try to make you waste that energy on the wrong things. Don't fall into the trap of distractions. It will try to draw you into pointless arguments, old mistakes, or unnecessary conflicts to steal the serenity you have just regained. Protect your stability. Actively and consciously protect your peace throughout this week. You don't need to engage in petty battles that are no longer yours to fight. Spiritually, you just leveled up. You now walk at a higher frequency of authority and purpose. Write in the comments, I protect my peace with the strength of my faith to put up a wall of defense against any distraction. You no longer have time to deal with the petty worries that used to keep you up at night. You are entering a season of solid foundation. Understand this. God isn't just giving you a momentary respite. He is preparing your life for the future. He is building such a firm and stable base that even your grandchildren will walk on this foundation, a blessing you are receiving today. Can you see the importance of this moment? What you're protecting today isn't just for you. It's a legacy of peace for your descendants. But I want to tell you something from the heart. As someone who understands the weight of this responsibility, you can't walk this part of the path relying solely on your own strength. Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal is how to connect with the source of power that will keep you grounded as you watch this new building rise in your life. It's not about human effort, but about divine guidance that will hold your hand every step of the way in this new territory. To walk in this new stage, you need to surround yourself with wisdom that understands the principles of the heavenly kingdom. It's not just about receiving a blessing, but about knowing how to dwell in it according to the principles of gratitude and integrity. This is the time to mature in your faith. When you understand how the divine order works, you cease to be adrift in circumstances and become a steward of grace. If you feel ready to let go of a scarcity mindset and begin living in this new state of stability and purpose, I invite you to join us. Don't walk this path alone. There is immense power when like-minded people come together to strengthen each other in spirit. Write in the comments, I join the divine purpose with wisdom to connect with this community of faith that rises up with you today. By embracing this vision, you're choosing to make your growth more than just fleeting. You're choosing to nourish your mind with messages that build up, not tear down. Can you feel your perspective shifting right now? The very fact that you're here, listening to these words, is a sign that your spirit yearns for something deeper and more substantial. As someone who values your time and your journey, I assure you that every step we take together in this direction brings us closer to fulfillment God intended for us. Don't let the noise of the outside world drown out the still, small voice of divine guidance that now dwells within you. Don't leave yet, because we're entering the final phase of this encounter, where I'll show you how to seal this commitment to your future in a way that nothing can break. What you've received today is a seed of eternity. Let's learn together how to protect it, so that its fruit will be eternal. Allow this feeling of serenity to completely envelop you. May divine order restore each of your worries, not only material ones, but also those of the soul. May the overflowing peace be so immense that it gradually erases the bitter memory of past struggles. Receive it right now in your spirit. I declare that the work of restoration is active in your life at this very moment. Take a deep breath. Can you feel that relief in your chest? That is the weight of uncertainty leaving your shoulders. The stress that accompanied you day and night was the weight of battle that no longer belongs to you. The struggle has ended, and the decree of your freedom is now a reality in the spiritual realm. Write in the comments, I feel the peace of my new season, to confirm this relief in your heart. Now, listen to this very carefully because it's the key to your next few days. When a great spiritual blessing is released, the first thing that changes is your personal atmosphere. In this time that begins, you will experience a sudden stillness within. That chaotic noise of worries that kept you awake at night will stop. The constant pressure you felt will dissipate. That silence is not a void. It is the sound of divine order establishing itself in your reality. As someone who wants you to walk in wisdom, I ask you to observe how the world around you is beginning to align with this peace. Pay attention to the solutions that arrive effortlessly, to that answer you thought was lost, or to that unexpected favor that arises from where you least expect it. These are clear signs that what has shifted in the heavens is already manifesting in your daily life. Are you ready to walk in this new clarity? As your partner on this path of faith, I assure you that what you are feeling now is only the beginning of a much deeper transformation. Stay with me, because we're nearing the end of this message, and what follows will give you the strength to maintain this atmosphere of blessing undisturbed. The change has already begun. Now make sure you fully embrace it. Over the next 3 days, I want you to pay special attention to your inner self. You will experience a sudden stillness in your spirit, a kind of calm you haven't felt in a long time. It is a cessation of chaotic noise. All that constant pressure you felt on your shoulders will begin to lift inexplicably. This silence is not an absence of movement. It is a sound of celestial order establishing itself in your life. Once this peace settles within you, observe how your surroundings begin to align. Pay attention to the signs of favor. Perhaps it's that call you thought you'd missed, a positive response that was delayed, or an unexpected solution that arrives just in time. These are not coincidences. They are the visible manifestations of provision that has already been released for you from above. Write in the comments, I protect my peace with divine wisdom, to declare your firmness in the face of any distraction. However, as someone who desires your complete well-being, I must give you an important warning. When you receive such profound restoration, you become more valuable, and discouragement will try to find ways to make you lose focus. The enemy cannot stop what God has already sent, so he will try to make you waste your energy. He will try to distract you with past situations, tempt you to fall back into old habits, or try to provoke you into pointless arguments just to steal the serenity you have just regained. Don't let petty battles distract you from the vast horizon before you. Your peace is your most precious asset in this new season. If someone tries to draw you into a conflict, remember that you're now on a different wavelength. You don't have time for arguments that only seek to drain your faith. Can you feel the responsibility and honor of nurturing this new era? You are just one step away from solidifying this victory in your daily life. As your guide in this process, I ask that you keep your heart shielded with gratitude. Stay with me for the final moment, because we are about to reach the last page of this message, where we will seal everything we have learned with a reflection that will mark a before and after in your spiritual journey. Protect this new foundation God has placed in your life. Actively and consciously protect your peace throughout this week. Don't let distractions drag you into conflicts that no longer belong to you. You have leveled up spiritually and now stand in a different position of authority. You don't have to stoop to deal with minor worries or influences that only seek to hold you back. You are entering a season of definitive establishment. Understand this deeply. God is not just giving you a momentary respite. He is designing your life to be a safe harbor. He is building such a solid foundation that your children and your children's children will find in it a pre-paved path of blessing and stability. This path is not meant to be walked alone. You need to surround yourself with people who speak your same language of faith, who understand the laws of gratitude and honor. If you feel ready to permanently inhabit this mindset of victory and fulfillment, I invite you to become an active part of this community. Click the subscribe button right now. Don't just remain a spectator. Join this group of people who know their worth and their purpose on a higher plane. Write in the comments with all the strength of your spirit, "I receive my definitive restoration." As you write it, let your faith be like a signature sealing this commitment in the heavenly realm. The time of uncertainty is over. The decree of your favor has been released. If this video has resonated with your soul or brought you clarity today, I invite you to close this circle of gratitude. I've left a link to my Ko-Fi in the description and pinned comment. If you feel moved to support my journey in the creation of this content, your seed of abundance is welcome and deeply appreciated. Thank you for helping me continue to expand this light. Go forth and walk with your head held high. Enjoy the peace that heaven has granted you. Your anguish has been resolved, and today your best story begins. See you at our next faith gathering. To you, who have reached the end of this message, I want you to know that your patience has been your greatest act of faith. This restoration you receive today is not just a solution to your current problems. It is a reward for your resilience. My wish is that from this day forward, every time you look back, you will not see the pain of the battle, but the hand of God that sustained you and lifted you to a place of peace that surpasses all understanding. Enjoy this new season, for you have earned it in the intimacy of your faith.